In the first 30 seconds of this video, you'll discover how a simple night in Gotham transformed into the beginning of the most unexpected crossover in history, where a red tear in the sky struck Batman with a mysterious energy that began to change everything about him, from his voice to his behavior, causing his personality to merge with Deadpool. While he tried to understand what was happening, a multiversal threat approached, jeopardizing the fate of two universes and forcing two completely opposite heroes to work together, resulting in an ending no fan ever imagined. Now, get ready to watch until the end, because nothing that happens here makes sense, and that's precisely why you won't be able to stop. The story begins on a night so strangely silent in Gotham that Batman immediately realized something was unright, because this kind of calm never meant true peace, but rather the preparation for something that was about to explode unpredictably. The sky, which had always remained heavy and dark over the city, began to take on an unusual reddish hue, as if the fabric of reality were being pressed by something from the other side. A strange ripple swept through the clouds, and before Batman could react, a colossal discharge of red energy opened in the air. Like a living rift, and a direct beam struck the hero with enough force to nearly knock him down. From that instant, nothing made sense anymore. His body began to tingle as if it were being disassembled and reassembled simultaneously. And when he looked at his own hand, he realized that the familiar black glove had partially transformed into a red and black glove, the pattern perfectly identical to Deadpool's suit. The confusion increased when he realized that his movements were becoming looser, less calculated, as if a part of his discipline was being ripped from within him. A strange impulse to make a joke arose in his mind, so out of place in his personality that he felt even more frightened. While trying to control the escalating transformation, Batman realized that his body, mind, and posture were involuntarily shifting. The constant rigidity that had always accompanied him was being replaced by an inner chaos that seemed to revel in the situation. It was as if two completely incompatible identities were trying to occupy the same space. Each step he took felt lighter than it should be, almost exaggerated, as if he had lost part of the very gravity that always kept him centered. The atmosphere around him grew even stranger as the sky opened again, allowing another figure to cross the dimensional rift. This time it wasn't just energy, it was someone who knew the problem, a sorcerer from another universe, coming to warn that the impact that had struck Batman was only the beginning of a multiversal collapse that was mixing worlds' powers, personalities, and destinies. The multiverse was folding back on itself, and heroes who should never have crossed paths were about to be forced to share more than time and space. They were sharing identities. The explanation was so absurd that even Batman, already partially transformed into Deadpool, felt logic slipping through his fingers. But the warning was clear. The only way to prevent total collapse was to cross the dimensional rift and confront the origin of the fusion before both universes were destroyed. Upon crossing the portal, Batman encountered a world that looked like it had been scribbled on by a hyperactive child with too many pens. Buildings bent, streets twisted, cars floated aimlessly, and creatures that should never have existed walked the same monstrous hybrids created by the accidental fusion of villains from both universes. Everything around vibrated with an instability that made it clear the fabric of reality was at its limit. As he advanced through that chaos, Batman felt his transformation accelerate in an even more worrying way. His thoughts were becoming faster, more sarcastic, almost too impulsive. The methodical darkness of his mind was beginning to give way to a frenetic energy that did unsuit him, and every little behavior that emerged seemed more aligned with Deadpool's personality than his own. He struggled to maintain focus while realizing he was losing parts of his essence, one after another. In the center of that distorted world, a colossal creature emerged from the darkness, a monster created from the fusion of deadly threats from both universes, an impossible abomination that symbolized everything that was wrong with that collapse. The ensuing fight was chaotic, intense, and completely unpredictable, and as he faced the creature, Batman realized that, strangely, he could keep up with the battle with a fluidity he would never have had without the chaotic energy that overwhelmed him. It was as if, for the first time, the impossible combination of his discipline and Deadpool-less insanity had balanced enough to create a new and improbable force. The battle ended with an explosion of raw energy that destabilized the dimensional rift, and a voice echoed through the distortion of space, warning that the portal was closing rapidly. It was the last chance to escape before everything crumbled. Even almost consumed by the transformation, Batman mustered enough strength to leap back through the rift, carrying with him what remained of his original identity. As he landed back on the Gotham rooftop, the feeling of reality hit him hard. The transformation began to reverse. His suit returned to normal, his mind regained stability, and finally, everything seemed to fall into place. Everything. Except for one small detail. A part of the suit still remained red. A single finger, marked by the remnants of Deadpool's energy, remained there. A reminder that even when everything seemed to have returned to normal, nothing would ever truly be the same. And so ends this impossible story, where two universes collided chaotically and hilariously, forever altering the Dark Knight. If you enjoyed this insane video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and share this video with someone who loves epic and completely illogical stories. It helps a lot and motivates me to bring more videos like this.